When people hear the words Girl Scouts, they normally think of cookies. However, Girl Scouts are way more than cookies. Thanks to the leadership of Juliette Gordon Low, Girl Scouts have been included in the rich history of the United States since March 12, 1912. It all started when Juliette Gordon Low made a phone call to her cousin Nina Pape saying, "I've got something for the girls of Savannah, and all of America, and all of the world, and we're going to start it tonight." She gathered 18 girls to register the first 2 patrols of the American Girl Guides. The following year, the group was named Girl Scouts. Juliette Low, nicknamed Daisy, was born on October 31st, 1860. She was the second of 6 children of Eleanor Kinsey Gordon and William Washington Gordon II. When Daisy turned 13, her parents sent her to a boarding school. At school, Juliette Gordon Low was considered a rule breaker because she always wanted to be outside playing, which was not considered proper behavior for a lady. In a letter to her mother, she wrote, "Mama, I am going to try and be very good and practice and study hard, so you won't be disappointed in me again after today. But today I felt as if I did not care for anything, and so I did not do my duty." The phrase "do my duty" would become part of the Girl Scout promise. She finished her formal education in 1880 and spent the next several years traveling. At the age of 26, Juliette Gordon Low married William "Willie" McKay Low, a British heir. After 19 years, the marriage ended with Willie's death. The couple did not have children. She spent the next several years traveling through Europe and India. It is this traveling that connected her to the world of scouting. Daisy wanted to get involved with something meaningful. She met Sir Robert Baden-Powell, the founder of Boy Scouts. She admired the scouting movement and soon began working with the Girl Guides, the Boy Scout sister organization in Great Britain. Daisy thought the girls in America could benefit from this type of organization. At the age of 52, with Baden-Powell's help and encouragement, Daisy made plans to start a similar group for American girls, and on March 12, 1912, the girls of Savannah, Georgia were introduced to scouting. In just over a year, the headquarters were moved from Savannah, Georgia to Washington, D.C. The hope was that Girl Scouts would then spread to all the states in the Union. In creating the Girl Scout movement in the United States, Juliette Low brought girls of all backgrounds into the outdoors, giving them the opportunity to develop self-reliance and resourcefulness. She encouraged girls to prepare not only for traditional homemaking, but also for possible future roles as professional women in the arts, sciences, and businesses, and for active citizenship outside the home. Girl Scouting also welcomed girls with disabilities at a time when they were excluded from many other activities. Juliette herself struggled with an increasing deafness throughout her life. In the early years, Juliette Low supported Girl Scouts with her own money. As a leader, she was willing to use her personal income to keep the troops going. In 1915, she sold her pearls for $8,000 in order to support the girls for another year. Her family insisted she incorporate Girl Scouts and get others to help her fundraise and manage the organization. In 1915, national membership dues were adopted, and girls paid 25 cents per year. When Girl Scouts was formed, Campfire Girls were already in existence, and Juliette had wanted the 2 organizations to merge, but a merger did not happen. As the founder of Girl Scouts, it was important for Juliette Low to establish her organization's identity. Juliette had the name Girl Scouts and the Girl Scout trefoil registered with the United States Patent Office in 1913. In 1915, the Girl Scout headquarters were moved to New York in hopes that the membership would grow. In order to keep all Girl Scout troops consistent, Juliette Gordon Low created a handbook that included the basic information about starting the troop, how to be helpful, future careers, Girl Scout membership, qualifications, and badge information. The 1916 handbook also included badge requirements for activities such as aviation, automobiling, athletics, civics, farmer, gardening, marksmanship, home nurse, and many more. These activities supported Juliette Low's mission of getting the girls out of the home and involved and to learn self-reliance and resourcefulness. Juliette Low built the Girl Scouts on a foundation that would apply to all girls and would last through the years. The Girl Scout promise found in the 1916 handbook states each girl must promise on her honor to try to do 3 things. These include to do my duty to God and my country, to help other people at all times, and to obey the laws of the Scouts. As a leader, Juliette Low prepared girls to be ready to help their country. Some of the activities the girls participated in to earn badges, like first aid and gardening, became valuable skills when the United States entered World War I. Juliette Lowe reached out to Elliott Wadsworth, the vice chairman of the American Red Cross, and offered services of the Girl Scouts. The offer was accepted. On April 6, 1917, President Woodrow Wilson asked Congress for a declaration of war with Germany. That same month, the Girl Scout Board sent a telegram to President Wilson offering their help with the war effort. The leadership decision to aid in the war effort made sense, since the Girl Scout membership was 15,000 strong. The girls made surgical bandages, knitted sweaters, raised war gardens, sold Liberty Bonds, volunteered as ambulance drivers, and even relieved overworked nurses during the Spanish influenza epidemic as a way to show their patriotism. Important figures began to recognize the girls' hard work. Future President and then Secretary of the U.S. Food Administration, Herbert Hoover, wrote to Juliette Gordon Lowe on 2 separate occasions to thank the Girl Scouts for their great work in food conservation. Miss Woodrow Wilson accepted the title of Honorary President of the Girl Scouts, as would all future First Ladies, including Michelle Obama. The first known Girl Scout cookies were also sold during the war years. This started in the kitchens of the Girl Scouts under the supervision of their moms. The cookies were sold to help troops raise funds. Almost 100 years later, this method of fundraising still exists, but cookies are now produced in bakeries. The money funds Girl Scouts at both the local and national levels. Revenue from the sales of the Girl Scout cookies has been around $700 million since 1999. Because the Girl Scouts was designed for young women, Juliette Gordon Lowe and other Girl Scout leaders were often asked about their stance on the suffrage movement. While Juliette Gordon Lowe promoted physical activity, leadership training, civic understanding, and career development for her Girl Scouts, she did not openly support the suffrage movement. Juliette Lowe had a drawing that seems to show she was for women voting. However, by not openly stating her opinion, Juliette Lowe protected her organization from a possible negative impact, which may have affected membership and financial contributions. When women won the right to vote, Girl Scouts helped at the polls by watching children so the women could vote. In 1920, Juliette Lowe retired from her position of Girl Scout president and took the title of founder of the Girl Scouts. Juliette Gordon Lowe died January 17, 1927 from breast cancer. She was laid to rest wearing her Girl Scout uniform. As the founder of Girl Scouts, Juliette Gordon Lowe's leadership and contributions have been recognized. On July 3, 1948, President Harry S. Truman signed a bill authorizing a stamp in honor of Juliette Gordon Lowe. The stamp was one of the few dedicated to women. During World War II, a Liberty ship was named in her honor. On October 28, 1979, Juliette Lowe was introduced into the National Women's Hall of Fame in Seneca Falls, New York. On December 2, 1983, President Ronald Reagan signed a bill naming a new federal building in Savannah in honor of Juliette Lowe. It was the second federal building in history to be named after a woman. On October 14, 2005, Juliette Lowe's life work was immortalized in a commemorative bronze and granite medallion as part of a new national monument in Washington, D.C. The Extra Mile Points of Light Volunteer Pathways pays a tribute to great Americans who built their dreams into movements that have created enduring changes in America. In 2012, Juliette Gordon Lowe was named a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The Medal of Freedom is the nation's highest civilian honor, presented to individuals who have made a difference to the security or national interests of the United States, to world peace, or to cultural or other significant public or private endeavors.
A century later, almost 60 million Girl Scouts have gained leadership skills and self-confidence through the organization that she founded. They include CEOs, astronauts, my own Secretary of State, and from the very beginning, they have also included girls of different races and faiths and abilities, just the way that Juliette would have wanted it.
Juliette Lowe's leadership legacy lives on through Girl Scouts. For over 100 years, Girl Scouts has helped the girls achieve the mission created by Juliette Lowe, help girls get out of the home and involved, and to learn self-reliance and resourcefulness. Yes, Girl Scouts are way more than cookie sales. Thanks to the leadership of Juliette Gordon Lowe, millions of girls are learning skills needed to be leaders themselves. Former Girl Scout members have become business owners, U.S. senators, members of the House of Representatives, and astronauts. When it came to the potential of girls to make a positive impact on society, Juliette Gordon Lowe was a visionary. The work of today is the history of tomorrow, and we are its makers. Juliette Gordon Lowe.